Don't you wish there was a better solution than just coming back to your seller and requesting a price drop when your listing hasn't sold in the last 30, 60, 90 days? Hi, I'm John St. Thomas, and I'm a mortgage banker with CMG Financial and a real estate investor based here out of Phoenix, Arizona. We all know how this goes. You list a property at what you believe is market value, or maybe a little above market value because your seller insisted on doing so. And your property sits for 30, 60, 90, heck, even maybe 120 days, depending on what market you're in. And at some point during this process, you go back to your seller and have that dreaded conversation of, hey, the home isn't moving. I think it's time we probably drop the price to see if we can get a little more activity. And as long as I can remember, this has been the strategy amongst realtors, to drop the price to see if we can spur activity. Now, some really good agents do get creative with marketing and other techniques, but for the most part, dropping price is the main strategy. But what if there was a different way to make your listing more attractive and to create a larger buyer pool for your seller's listing? Well, thankfully there is. And it's our List and Lock program that we created here at CMG Financial. Essentially what we do is instead of a price drop, we utilize seller concessions as well as some concessions that we in CMG chip in to create a lower interest rate advertised with your listing. Now, instead of being like every other home on the block that's listed for a certain price, and that buyer will be going to a lender and getting a rate of, say, somewhere in the mid sixes, they can actually look at your home that may be similarly priced to four others on the same street, but your home comes with an interest rate of 5.5%, 5, maybe 4.5%. This is much more attractive to a buyer versus having $10,000 lower in price. When you drop the price $10,000, it only moves a buyer's monthly payment roughly $65 a month. Your seller's out of pocket $10,000. You as the realtor now are going to get a lower commission because the price point has dropped, and that lower price really didn't move the needle for that buyer in terms of their monthly payment. But if we use, say, that same $10,000 instead of a price drop, and we use it as concessions to be able to offer a lower than market interest rate, the same amount of money is out of your seller's pocket. You will retain a higher commission as a realtor, and the buyer, instead of only saving roughly $65, maybe saves upward of $300 to $400 a month. Now that is a significant savings that would attract more buyers to your listing versus your competition. So if you're curious as to how this would work, or how you could utilize this in listing presentations to make you stand out amongst other listing agents, to ultimately help you win more listings, please feel free to reach out. I would love to go over this strategy with you and show you how it can benefit you and your sellers.